Hey everyone. So, you know how we all have heroes in our lives? We all have people we look up to. Some of those are not exactly what you would expect. And I'm going to talk about one of my heroes today. And it's not who you think, it's not these coaches, it's not some of these folks that I follow and I'm real close with. No. Well, I'm real close with this person, although it's not what you think. One of my biggest heroes is my son, Marcus. And when I say that, it's because most people don't realize. You see us in our best behavior on Facebook. You see all of our great times. What you don't see is how much this kid, who's 17 years old now, went throughout this time. So we lived in the Seattle area. We had the three girls there, and we had Marcus, and Marcus was younger. And the girls, when we decided to move to Florida, they decided to stay in Washington. Marcus came with us. Well, he didn't have a choice. Marcus was 10, 11 years old. 11. He had just turned 11. So we moved to Florida and we're staying with a friend of ours while we're waiting for our next house because we're looking for temporary housing. We got into a house and then Hurricane Michael came through. We had to leave that house. Long story short, this kid at 11, 12 years old moved 7 times in a matter of 6 months. 7 times. Two more since then. And we're not in the military. I'm not in the military. So 7 times. And what's amazing about this kid and why he's part of my hero, why he's my hero, is that he always supported. He never, when I say never complained, he never actually verbally complained. Although you might get the teenager like, oh, I gotta do this. But he never actually complained. When I said, hey, we need to do this, buddy, he did it. When I said, hey, we need to move these boxes or we need to fill these boxes, he did it. He might have given the groan like, blah, but he never resisted. He did it. And this is what I'm talking about, my hero. I look up to Marcus, and he's my son. He's my 17-year-old son, and I look up to him because there's a person that when something needs to happen, he made it happen. So that was 7 times. We bought our house in Hawks Landing. We were there for a long time. And then we moved twice since then. We sold the house, moved into a condo, then moved down here to Palm Harbor. That's 2 more times. So 9 times in 5 years, this kid has moved with us. Now, for Anik and I, it's not a big deal. We're like, yeah, we pack up our shit, we go. But for an 11, now 17-year-old, from 11 to 17, to be able to do that, that's a big deal. And the fact that when we moved down here to Palm Harbor, we took him out of his school. He was going into his junior year. He had been through middle school and most of high school at this particular district, and then we pulled him out and moved him down here. That's a huge thing. That's something that takes resilience for him to be able to do that. And I just looked at his report card. He's got all A's and a B, and the B's like an 89, so basically an A. Him and I have gotten into archery, gotten into shooting. He helps me with all the woodworking projects. He helps me fix the vehicles. This is a kid who has been amazing. And for those of you that have met him, yeah, he's kind of quiet. He doesn't speak much until you get to know him. Then he doesn't shut up. However, you don't see that piece. You don't see that piece where he has been the most pivotal part of this family for the last 6 years. So my son is my hero. That's who I look up to. Now, he may see this video later. In fact, he will. However, and I've told him bits and pieces about this, but I've never actually put it that way. And I will. And I will. And now he's running my YouTube channel. He's editing all my videos. He's putting it all up. I mean, this kid is nonstop. He's amazing. He's a sharpshooter at archery, sharpshooter with guns. I mean, phenomenal. So the reason I bring this up is look at the people in your life that you don't really think are heroes. Think of the people that in your life that you should be looking up to and you don't. Because it's always somebody you don't realize. This kid He's going to do great things. I have zero doubt in my mind. Great things. He's a schmaltz. He's schmaltzy. But not only that, but because of what he's been through, what he's done, what he's accomplished in lieu of all this adversity. This kid has overcome more adversity than any of us can look at together. When you're 11 years old, one of the places we moved when after the hurricane, we had to move into an Airbnb. Very first night we were there, 1 o'clock in the morning, we're in this one of the 20th floor of this condo complex. We're in this Airbnb for 2 weeks until we move on to the next one. The alarm goes off, and there's the intercom going off at almost 1 o'clock in the morning telling us we all need to evacuate. And the elevators have been disabled. So we're walking down 20 flights of stairs, half asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning when this kid's 11 years old. That's just one of the pieces I'm talking about. So when I say this kid's my hero, he's my hero. Think about those in your life that are still around. Because there's lots of people we know that have moved on that are very influential in our lives, but those that are still around, think about who it is that you're not paying attention to. People that are truly mentors to you, even if they're younger, like my 17-year-old son. Truly mentors. If I had half that kid's work ethic and dedication, we'd be having a whole different conversation. Yeah, he doesn't always smile when I take a selfie. I mean, come on, he's 17 years old. You know, like if you guys look at the Thai restaurant we were at yesterday, I'm like, and he's like, it's okay. He's 17 years old. However, even to this day, even yesterday, we were working on something in the garage and he's like, yeah, okay. Comes and helps me move things around. Those are the ones to look at. The ones that do what's needed when it's needed. And the ones that go through all of these challenges. And he never once complained. Like I said, you could get the grunt like, the teenagers do, but he never verbally complained. That's power. That is power right there. And that is my son and the power that I look up to. So look for the people around you that have that power. Look for the people that have that influence. Look for the people that you could be looking up to. And you maybe don't at this point. That's what I got for you today. Make it a great day. And always remember, never forget to be schmaltzy. Take care, my friends. Awesome.